Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Descent. I have two co-pilots, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
It's Leylight again. I've got my thinking cap on.
It's Solitaire, and I'm feeling a bit nostalgic.
Oh, you guys,
All right.
both of you?
Did we unlock the secret exit by being captured?
Nope. Well, I mean, to be fair, we did escape from being captured last time, and that was required, fighting multiple bosses. So, welcome to the High Velocity Weapons Research Lab. You know what this game needs?
Ooh.
One-way tunnels.
Well, we've had them before, but what's so great about these other than that they're really long?
They are really long, and they're the only way. To connect the tunnels. They're the rooms. To go from any room, you have to go through a one-way tunnel.
Alright, so it's a big old one-way maze then, is it?
Yep. But here's the thing about this level. This is one-way maze wouldn't be worth making a secret level over. No, the real thing about this level is that it's somebody's interpretation of a classic Descent level in Descent 3. To wit, we're going to have to find a blue key, go through a blue door, to find a red key, to go through a red door, to get to a reactor, to blow up the reactor, to get to the exit.
Wow, that's cute. A lot of one-way ways to get back into that start room. Only one way out that we've seen.
Yeah. For people playing at home, let me just make things clear for you. The yellow-colored corridors don't actually lead to progress. The green corridors don't lead to progress. The green corridors just lead to goodies.
Alright, that's sort of nice. I mean, concerns about color and accessibility aside, at least they're willing to label these passages and not just make you fumble around completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, that pipe we could blow up when it was white. Jeez.
Yeah. But that is...
Okay, that one looked a little bit more important than the other pipes.
Yeah. But... now you may be wondering why I'm doing this, and it's because halfway down some of these corridors, there's... oh, like, we just missed it there. There are certain locations that can only be accessed if you're going against the corridor with the afterburner running to slow you down enough that you don't get fired right through to the next one-way corridor segment.
At least with the way that this level's set up, it seems like it's probably going to be in one big loop, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be marked on your map, and you're going to get another try and get in there?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, I hate levels like that when you're just dropping down some arbitrary shaft and there's a bonus midway through and you just can't know unless you know it's already there, or you keep your eyes peeled.
Mm-hmm.
And if you miss it, then you gotta restart this, like, minutes-long level, and you might die on your way to that point, and it's just a hassle.
That happened to me a few times in Castlevania.
Where'd your super lasers go?
I hit one too many times at some point, so I triggered back to regular lasers rather than... oh, there we go. I triggered the regular lasers rather than super lasers. And that...
oh, I see. There's no actual acceleration in here, so you managed to stop yourself before you got flung to the next accelerator.
that's right. And because... oh, son of a bitch!
I'm glad you didn't take damage from being just flung into that floor, but still.
You can. There, like, you see that? I took damage running into the floor there.
What an
You seem to have picked the wrong neighborhood to go to.
I did.
what an amazing gimmick.
Well, in a way, I guess it's your own fault for coming in and facing the floor when there are like 4 enemies ready with their guns trained on you.
Yeah.
Seems like you'd almost want to come out of there like flat and hit your belly on the ground, so at least you could start firing as soon as you got out of there. Then again, it's kind of hard to see which way the corridor goes when you get out of it too, though, so...
Yeah.
No harm, no foul, I guess. That's alright. We'll just send in another material defender. We'll just send another one to get captured and put it in here.
Don't want to use the green one, because green is just goodies, not actual progress.
I thought this was a restock level, though. Don't you want to get as many goodies as possible?
I don't want to have to...
I mean, you're even...
I don't want to have to just keep going back and forth and forth and back and forth. I mean, this level's only 23 minutes, so, you know, I'm trying not...
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, how many black sharks do you really need for the rest of the campaign?
Not enough. Honestly, unlike, you know, the Mega Missiles or the Earth Shakers, the Black Sharks really aren't all that useful in this game.
Oh yeah, but you still want Smarts and Megas, right?
Yeah.
So I think to kind of switch topics a little bit, to go back to the weapons, I think you picked up an Omega Cannon in some regular level. I don't think it was in a secret level. I think it was a regular level. I guess you don't really... You don't really lose weapons when you die as much, because you obviously don't run out of lives in this game. And you don't really have these reactor segments that you're running out of the levels with. So I think the only time you'd ever actually lose an Omega Cannon, if you got one in an earlier level, would be if you died and you somehow didn't pick it up before you finished the level or something. So I guess, like, you could also miss it, too.
This is relevant for a later level, but in tight corridors... if you're up against level geometry when you blow up, because of the way the power-ups spawn as they fly away from you, they can spawn outside the level geometry.
What?
That's rude.
Tell me how I know this.
How many times has it happened to you?
Level 14. I cut a segment out because I was getting deeply frustrated and just about ready to break out the cheat codes for it. And I died in a small section, and when I went back to collect my power-ups, half of them were gone.
I mean, classically what would happen is all of them would spawn at a single point and kind of spread out from there, right? So I guess they're spawning inside the wall because that's not happening. They're spawning a certain distance away from your ship.
Yeah, because they would technically, you know, interact with each other, I think. But, yeah, no, trust me. It was the straw that broke the camel's back when it came to screw this level.
Yeah, I mean, generally... Obviously, I'm not an expert in the subject, but it seems to me when it comes to game development that when you run into a tricky problem like this, you want to take shortcuts as much as possible. So, like, rather than trying to detect, did these power-ups spawn outside the level or not, computationally figure it out and drag them back into the level if they were, which is a tricky topic on its own. Oh, there's some object out of the level, how do I get it back in the level? It seems like it'd be better to just figure out how to make it so that they could be guaranteed to not spawn outside the level at all in the first place.
Well, at one point, actually, I died and a power-up basically bounced inside level geometry into a place where my ship couldn't go because the ship was too big.
Oh, it just fit in between some pipes or some stalagmites or
Yeah.
something. That's also pretty rude. Couldn't send Guidebot in to get it either.
Nope.
So I guess if that happened with, like... Well, it wouldn't happen with an inventory item. Those don't really seem to fall out of your ship in the same way that power-ups do.
No. I mean,
Yeah, so thankfully you can't really get soft-locked in that way,
no,
at
you
least.
keep your base inventory. Well, that's a red door. I need a red key for that, but this is a blue door for a blue key. Progress.
Neat.
Also note, it took me 10 minutes basically to find the blue door in this game. It's like I'd be halfway through a regular Descent level at this point.
Yeah, I get the impression that even though you can see it pretty clearly on the wall, it's a little bit tricky to recognize that that actually is a blue door, and certainly it's harder to recognize that on the map.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this was a case of somebody threw together this level at late in development as a secret level to go, oh yeah, people are complaining, or people want to see how an old style level would work out like this, and they built this thing, and it's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. This is a common practice, actually. Is a case where the artists or level event scripters are busy on a more complicated level or something, and somebody else throws together a level with pre-built assets, so that they don't have to involve anybody else with it. Really, it's just something that one or two people can work on while they're kind of blocked by something else, and that can work out pretty well. Like, this is an all right level. It's not great, but it's not awful either.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of other levels that are like that too.
Mm-hmm.
You just got pinned down there.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like damage over time weapon was what was called for there. Oh well. Now I gotta go through the maze from the start to where you wound up. Although I guess that makes sense, since, yeah, you were through the blue door, so that means the blue door would be the only way to get in there.
There we go. But the thing is, like, there's only 2 checkpoints in this. Sorry, there's the starting checkpoint, and then there's the checkpoint just outside the reactor room when it comes to, restarting the level.
Well, I mean, that's progress.
I'm sure it's described as something.
Yeah, honestly, the missile turrets seem like the biggest threat here. That guy's more there to just kind of chip you with damage every now and then, give you a few nicks, so that you can't really get out of there completely unscathed.
Yeah, he's a harasser.
Maybe he could actually hit something every now and then if his feet were planted on the ground. Alright, 2 identical-looking passages. Guess we're just gonna have to guess which way they go. Oh, there's 4 of them.
Yeah, but remember, green is non-essential, and the lights flow in the direction of the corridor, so...
Yeah, so that 4th one we didn't take a look at was probably the way back up.
Okay, there's way too much flak
Nope.
going on in that room.
Guess that weapon didn't have enough damage per second. Gonna have to go to the next one up. So what would that be? Plasma cannon? Napalm missile? Just launch a mega missile as soon as you get in there, blow yourself and everything else up, and, let God sort it out?
Ugh. Honestly, Suicide run like that should never be an option, but we wind up with it as an option more often than I care to admit.
Well, if lives are no longer a valuable metric, then it starts becoming time.
Anything that makes the game end faster.
Yeah.
Ow!
Jeez.
Jeez.
That was pretty harsh.
Once more onto the breach. Can our 7 concussion missiles get the job done this time? I guess now would actually be the time to go into the goodies section, see if we can get some missiles, and then come back here. I think we're taking a different passage this time. Or never mind, I guess I got turned around. I thought you were going to come down on top of that missile turret and get the drop on it before it noticed you.
Come on, just... I shouldn't be using the EMD for this one. I have... Yes, the slight tracking of it just isn't worth it compared to the loss of damage over the plasma gun.
And this room's kind of a little bit too small for it to be effective, really. Seems like it's better at mid-range and actually has time to home in properly.
Yeah.
Alright, no real indication that this corridor is any more dangerous than any of the other ones, other than the fact that it's behind a blue door, and, well, you'll find out when you get there. Like, at least put a different texture in the tunnel or something, or put some decoration at the top of the shaft. I mean, I guess in theory you could send a guided missile all the way down that shaft, but that would take forever, because it wouldn't accelerate in the same way that your ship does.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
It would?
And
neat.
You cannot send a guided missile down the wrong way of a shaft.
Huh. Wow, they really actually thought of that. Neat. Yeah, props for that. I would have assumed it was one of those cases where all it did was affect a player's ship and no other entities in the game engine at all.
Nope, it deals with physical objects inside the game.
Too bad we can't really knock the robots into the shaft to get them out of our way. This isn't really that kind of game. We don't really have that powerful of enemy repositioning tools.
That'd be really funny, though. If they shot through the, tunnel and smashed up on the floor.
Well, here is the last long-range thing. I just wanted you to... Pulling out the map here just to see how stupidly big this level is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed that the same way the map program is handling this map this big just fine, but it doesn't really seem that useful for navigation either.
No. I mean, just how...
It's too smushed.
Like, seriously, just look how long this corridor is. In terms of, oh, there we go. Like how long we were in that, high velocity one-way room.
I am no longer sure which way is down anymore.
Well, we're almost to the bottom of the level. The reactor is nearby.
I mean, I guess we could fire off a napalm missile and that'd tell us, but otherwise, well, there's just no contextual clues about that at all. Now, are these destructible? Oh, they are. Alright.
And You know, I honestly don't know if these are required to be destroyed, but I blew them up anyways.
Just to be safe. Yeah, it was important to do this once in the past. Maybe it's important again.
Yeah. Oh, right. I need to do it in order to deactivate the force field protecting the reactor.
Oh, so there's another shaft on the other side that we have to go do the same thing to? Ah. Oh, this must be that other checkpoint you were talking about. Okay, that's convenient.
It is.
Looks like we already did this one. What's the other one?
Alright, so reactor force field down. Oop. Enemies hit, or enemies, to be destroyed. So, this...
Oh, I thought that down there was the reactor force field, but it's tucked away in that, in there, on the underside of that thing we were going down.
That's actually the exit door. That force field goes down... Ow. That force field goes down, after we blow up the reactor.
Yeah, those, I can't even tell what kind of missile those Hulks are firing, but they seem to be the, de facto, flak Hulks. So they're the de facto reactor guardians.
Now, this reactor has a gimmick to it. A gimmick that caused me annoyance at some point.
Is it Simon Says?
Trust me, even this game doesn't stoop that low. I don't think.
I was thinking, I was wondering. It hadn't shown up yet.
But no. If you shoot the reactor... Let me just do a thing here. Let me just... Oh, come on.
It's not shooting you yet.
So, what happens... Here's the thing. You have to be up here, because if you shoot the reactor... Hold on. I need to demonstrate this. You shoot the reactor, it shoots you back for 10 points of damage each.
Huh.
So, but you have to
so is that like an Omega cannon?
Here,
or
right beside
what?
the reactor, where its gun can't hit you, in order to shoot the reactor.
It seemed to be aiming at you, but it's having trouble hitting you.
Until the guide bot says the defenses are down. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's secret level number 2.
So what, are you supposed to bank shots off the wall and hit it so that it can't see you, or what?
Wow, that's a thing. And stop.